Joe was the biggest boat in the fleet when it came from the yards to fish for
Hello.
Pan-Alaska fisheries.
They really didn't know if they were doing the right thing or the wrong thing, but they were going to go and do it anyway. And they wanted a boat that would be comfortable for them
Heyo.
in the wheelhouse and for us on the deck. She's a great ship, no matter where you go. I mean, she could take the weather. It was like she was the Cadillac.
And this is what all those fishermen felt, this seasickness in trying to catch the fabled ninja gerbil.
Take the beating of the weather and the heavier seas.
They wanted a boat to where you wouldn't get beat up on in the winter. The winter fishery was
Not that I'm really trying to catch him, he just knows it. I enjoy this.
Elements of the weather, you had icing conditions, freezing spray,
Look at the mess he's made.
sticking to the whole boat.
But it's all good.
And storm
It's all
after
play.
storm, to where you could be fishing in that stuff. The Peggy Jo she was the girl that put us through a lot of stuff.
In fact, Odell says the worst wave he has ever taken in his fishing career occurred on the Peggy Jo.
Right out here at Spruce Cape, it was in 1973 in February. That whole boat was underwater except for the 4 sodium lights on the mast. It was
Oh,
underwater. There was a wave that come up behind on the stern, and that boat was underwater for about 15-20 seconds.
I was trying to escape.
This series of reports on the Kodiak crab industry is
That's
part of
why I
an
should
oral
maybe
history
just
project
zoom out.
by the Kodiak Maritime Museum and funded in part by the Alaska Humanities Forum. The reports are posted on the museum's website at
Do you believe?
kodiakmaritimemuseum.org. I'm Maggie Wall.
There was a cash flow. The cash flow was always deep. Lots of cash. Never made any
Ah.
before except for the salmon industry. Had an income the year round.
That is Norm Sutler, an icon in Kodiak. His hardware
Out of the bunkers, they would camp, they'd have tents. If they had a car up here, people would sleep in their cars.
Didn't have a car.
Kodiak Maritime Museum. It is funded by the Maritime Museum and the Alaska Humanities Forum. I'm Maggie Wall.
Oh, what's that? Well, I could tell you,
Put in 980,000.
it's a busy ambulance.
Just one boat. Yeah, the ocean harvester. We never slept.
They're all busy ambulances.
It was quite an ordeal. King crab was plentiful. We'd have 200, 300 keepers a pot.
Won't use the wheel,
And it was a very good fish.
but likes the box of the
That
wheel.
is Peggy Smith. She started out like Minnie as a cannery worker.
Maybe I should put the wheel back in the box, or put a box on top of the wheel. I think I'm gonna need a bigger wheel.
Instead of clean crab.
So I'd be in there on a pick belt picking.
I love
shells
cardboard.
of watching boats come in, boats go out.
Particularly toilet roll tubes, but I figured also
Asked around for a job and
regular cardboard.
the reaction was, oh no, girls don't fish.
So I have to rip
I
up a lot to
finally
make
got
the
this man
the
to
bases
the
so that
house
they don't get
through
club
a
foot
couple
from the
of friends of
metal.
mine, and I asked him if I could go fishing with him.
So
He said,
may as well use those for odds and ends to bite upon.
filled up the boat.
And these two new wooden
And then the next year,
sort of bendy bridges.
bartending at the old Harvester bar, and I had this gentleman come in and say, I hear that you cook on boats. And I said, yes. And he goes, well, we need somebody for Tanner's.
Yeah.
This was in July.
I wasn't going to outrace him from one end of the pen to the
They were
other.
making their last trip on the ocean harvester. And so I went out with them, and we finished Tanner, and then they hired me for king crab.
There's an old superstition in fishing. There are warns about having women on board the vessel. Smith, who was one of the first women fishing crab in the early days, said she
Oh,
didn't have a problem.
There's his brother getting
No, they
out.
didn't. No, I think
He's not been out all day.
Plus, we had a good time. But no, they never that. Now, Dutch Harbor, when
Maybe he
first
will.
came out there on the ocean harvester, we got out there and there was a 7-week strike. And so that was the first time I realized how many Norwegians there are. to speak English also, and came from the old country. And there was times when, if we were tied up outside their boat, they hated me just even crossing their boat because I was a woman. But they could eat my dinner. They could come on my boat and eat all they wanted to, but I could not cross their boat. I had no idea it was like that. A lot of superstition.
Peggy Smith, who fished in Kodiak during the 70s and 80s. When crab was king, an oral history of the Kodiak king crab fishery is produced by the Kodiak Maritime Museum with funding from the Alaska Leader Foundation. I'm Meg.
So I just realised I needed to be filming this. The gerbils in their first 5 minutes of their new cage tank. It's considerably bigger than their previous one. I think that would have been slightly taller, but yeah, look at that. And so they are both racing. There's so much to explore. I've got a combo of toys from the person, hi Rochelle, who sold me this tank and their old one. And now that they're on camera, they've suddenly gone quite quiet. So they've got these wooden ladders, or long wooden ladder, which have hooked across the cage. The only opening on this cage is here. There's a nice bell. A wheel. So hopefully they'll take to this wheel. They didn't take the last one. I've got their water bottles up there. I'm not convinced they can reach them. So I think I will move those about. Yeah. That can be done quite easily. Oh, it's a bit noisy though. Yeah, there's a sort of a hammock type thing here. And there, usual toilet wall rolls and wooden bridges. So, yeah. Troy and Abed's new home. Oh. What do you think? Like it? What do you think, Abed? Yeah? Think. Interesting. I think that might be where his tunnel is. Yeah. And it comes up somewhere inside that mushroom box. There we go. And he seems to like the coconut seed. Don't think he's got that top bar yet. Have you, mate? Say hi to YouTube. Hmm? I kind of miss them having 3 levels, but this rope bridge makes for a great second level, and they've got so much more width and depth as well. And, oh, and length, of course, being that it's twice as long. Oh, I think this is a man-made tunnel. So they're still finding their way around the cage. Hello. There's a water bottle back there, which I haven't. Oh, what's going on? Well, first, I don't know how well this blue water bottle is placed. It might be better positioned the way the red one is. I don't. Maybe he can access it. There's a grey water bottle and food tray provided by the previous owners of the cage, and I noticed I put that water bottle in the wrong way, so it has to be sorted. Abed loves escape, and that's his current plan, isn't it? So I'm not sure what he's doing here. Oh, he's just burrowing. There's so much extra space in the cage for them to create burrows and mazes. I think this hole here I think this hole here is the one that comes out over there. And these we've now got about 6 of these little wooden bridges. You can see the really long one there in the middle. Well, 6 of those, and then these 2 hanging ones right in the forefront. Yes. And you love chewing on them, don't you? What I've noticed is I'm going through an awful lot of cardboard, slim cardboard toilet roll holders. This mushroom box has lasted forever because it takes them forever to chew through, but in the meantime it makes a nice little tent. Is Troy down there? Where's Troy? So I can arrange however I like things, but it's their home and they will move stuff about as much as they like, and that's just the way things are. I think. So maybe another bad decision, the food dish being there. Although 3 food dishes, and I'm not sure I did put that one there. I wouldn't be surprised if they've moved that. But we'll see. Shouldn't make eye contact with the gerbil because they treat it as like a predator going on, so do slow blinks, winks, move your head about a bit. So he's coming up, she's just come up there. There's like a Perspex tube, the plastic, and it's been really handy. I really seem to love it. I've got to get a few more in there. This is the bedding. Nice chewing. I've got 2 types of bedding, and this is kind of like a sort of, I don't know, sort of confetti. Well, there's this sort of glue, this stuff, and then this whiter strandy bedding. I'm just going to have to set up a webcam someday and just let it run. What do you think, Abed? You like it? Yeah. You know, when I was clearing them out, I put this new cage in their pen, which you can see disassembled over here, and their old cage. And I was pouring the wood chip in to this new one, and Abby got very excited, so I put up this ladder, and went fairly quickly. Even Troy the shy one was in. They were running about. They've taken to it right away. Really excited. You're the farmer. I think that was a fine angle, okay. This is like a little coconut seating bowl. Yeah, I kind of, after I put them in here, I kind of went to sleep, and this is their first sort of awakening after about an hour. Actually, I had to. I mean, this tank is really heavy. It's all made of glass. I had to lug it by train and by bus, and then with all the stuff in it, with the gerbils, I actually had to slide it across the carpet because it was just so heavy, and I've done myself a damage. So it's not really a sort of cage. It's ideal for, like, I would move this cage into the center of this pen, but I can't really do that with this. So I'm gonna have to figure out something else. Maybe get them into this cage and take the cage to the pen. They were crawling around the top of this for ages. The midsection of it slides back, and you can see the snaps there. I have one clasp shut and one open because it can be quite noisy. So let's get to half the problem. But then if I try to play with them, well, I suppose it's a lot better access than this thing, which, because it had 2 levels to it, I could only really access one level at a time, and never this base level. So with this I can taunt them all I want. Right, my friend. A philosopher. Philosopher Abed. And I've seen him just sit up on 2 feet for ages, just looking out. And when I go to investigate or talk to him, it kind of breaks his concentration. I'm gonna try and stop doing that, because, or if I handle him, because it's clear he's just checking stuff out. It's not right. You've got wood chip in your nose there, yeah. Now, what's the strategy? Probably to break up some of this wood chip, because I have a feeling some of it's quite thick. Quite a lot of the quite large bag was used in this. And there's also a lot of the older bedding from the older cage for that original scent. So yeah, I'm just going to leave him here. I'm reading Terry Pratchett's Moving Pictures, and I'll pick up another reel in a bit. That's no moon. You two stand in the shadows because it's very noisy outside. We've got 3 contractor vans, trimming hedges, banging, hammering. Literally my head's bust. So they don't like electronic devices. Which has been why I've been a bit hesitant to film their new thing, and I just want them to enjoy the new tank and me to enjoy them enjoying the new tank without the performances. But maybe in the evening when it's a bit cooler and there's more natural light, and give a look round. If I'm not sleeping, because when I'm sleeping, they're sleeping. Say a cheese. No? Give a cheese. Well. Here you can see they've made the new cage their own. Yeah, this one doesn't like me sitting here. We'll tunnel to a spot at the other end of the cage, with the tank as it is now, most definitely. Hello? Sunflower seed? So you just make out maybe plastic tube just in there. I don't know where that goes. There's a hole down here somewhere. There was one just where we see the wood chip rising. They had left room yesterday for a few days, let the bell move. There's another of these wooden platforms here, but they've covered it with wood chip to make a second underground layer. There you can see the tube, the bending tube. Hello, my friend. Hello. I could open it up, but I'm not going to disturb them too much. Coming in here with your camera. Hey, I thought we were doing a Patreon advert now. No? You can see some, maybe you can see there's some movement in there, some burrowing. I think I'm going to fill this a bit full. It doesn't look so bad from here. Around the back it's much bigger. Right. It's certainly a very different type of nesting from the one that they were able to do in this much smaller cage. I have the pen over there, and I will be getting it out again, probably quite soon and regularly, but they don't need it. They don't need it. In a sort of a basics kind of way, because they've so much more room to play about in here. Still not taking the whale. This is a new whale. Hello. They have their little indoor moon. I know one of them's been nesting in there at least. You gonna say hello?